The federal election is looming. Australians are grappling with the rising cost of living. In this climate, tax policy isn't just about numbers, it's about trust. Both Labor and the Coalition know this. They've unveiled their tax plans, each hoping to sway voters with promises of relief and a brighter economic future. But who benefits most, and at what cost? Labor is betting on permanence. Their plan hinges on two key elements: tax rate cuts and a standard tax deduction. The cuts target the lowest income bracket first, gradually reducing the rate to 14% by 2027. This translates to modest savings for all taxpayers, with lower income earners pocketing up to $536 annually. The standard deduction offers a simpler way to claim work-related expenses, potentially benefiting 39% of taxpayers with an average saving of $205 per year. These changes come at a cost. Labor projects budget deficits for several years, delaying a return to surplus. As Australians continue to grapple with rising prices and economic uncertainty, the Coalition is proposing a markedly different approach to cost of living pressures. Rather than focusing on sweeping long-term reforms, their strategy zeroes in on providing immediate, tangible relief to households feeling the pinch right now. This approach is designed to put money back into people's pockets quickly, aiming to ease the burden of everyday expenses like groceries, fuel, and utilities, at least for the short term. At the heart of their plan is a flagship policy, a one-off cost of living tax offset. This measure is essentially a revival of the now-expired low and middle income tax offset, which many Australians relied on in recent years. The Coalition's version is designed to provide a direct cash boost to millions of taxpayers, with the goal of offering some breathing room as inflation continues to bite. For those earning between $48,000 and $104,000 a year, this policy means a significant $1,200 injection, delivered as a lump sum at tax time. This payment is intended to help cover the rising costs of living, whether it's rent, mortgage repayments, or simply putting food on the table. The Coalition argues that this targeted approach ensures support goes to those who need it most, rather than being spread too thinly across the population. The policy doesn't just stop at middle-income earners. Smaller, but still meaningful, amounts are available for Australians earning up to $144,000. This ensures that a broad range of working Australians, including dual-income families and individuals with higher living costs, receive some level of support during this challenging period. For those on lower incomes, particularly those earning below $37,000, the offset provides up to $265. While this amount is smaller, it can still make a difference for people on tight budgets, helping to pay for essentials or unexpected expenses that can arise throughout the year. The Coalition maintains that this approach delivers targeted relief exactly when and where it's needed most. By focusing on immediate support, they hope to provide a sense of stability and reassurance to families and individuals who are struggling to keep up with the rising cost of living. However, critics argue that the plan's temporary nature means it may only offer short-lived relief, rather than addressing the underlying causes of financial stress. There are also concerns about the long-term cost to the budget, and whether one-off payments can truly make a lasting difference. As the debate continues, Australians are left to weigh the benefits of immediate assistance against the need for more sustainable, long-term solutions to the cost of living crisis. When it comes to tax breaks, not everyone holds the same ticket. Your income, family situation, and goals all shape your outcome. So, who actually wins the tax break lottery? For low-income Australians, the Coalition's one-off payment can help with essentials, but not everyone qualifies for the full amount. It's a short-term boost, not a lasting change. Middle-income earners get a temporary lift from the rebate, but its impact fades quickly, leaving them back where they started. Labor's permanent tax cuts start smaller but grow over time, offering more certainty and stability for families planning ahead. High-income earners benefit most from Labor's plan, with ongoing tax relief that adds up over the years. In the end, the tax break lottery shapes the lives of everyday Australians. Some win big, others miss out. Both parties have faced criticism for their tax plans. One major point of contention is the timing of the announcements, which came late in the election cycle, leaving little time for scrutiny. Critics argue that both plans lack ambition, offering modest tweaks rather than substantial reform. There are also concerns about the coalition's temporary rebate morphing into a permanent fixture, mirroring the trajectory of the LMITO. The lack of transparency and long-term vision in both plans has fueled accusations of short-sighted electioneering. The cost of these tax promises intensifies debate in Canberra. As both major parties unveil their fiscal plans, Australians must weigh immediate benefits against long-term consequences. Tax policy isn't just about dollars, it's about values and the future we want to build. Labor's permanent tax cuts will cost billions each year, limiting future spending on services. Critics warn this could threaten fiscal sustainability. The deficit is set to balloon, with a return to surplus delayed until 2035-36, almost a decade later than hoped. The coalition's one-year rebate costs less, offering short-term relief. But history shows temporary measures often become permanent, adding to long-term pressures. Ultimately, the tale of two deficits is about choices between immediate relief and long-term responsibility. Australians must decide which path leads to a stable future. Neither party's tax plan caters exclusively to its traditional base. This suggests both are vying for the support of swinging voters, particularly in marginal suburban seats. Labor's focus on permanent tax relief may resonate with those seeking long-term stability. The coalition's emphasis on immediate cost of living assistance could appeal to those struggling with rising prices. Ultimately, the success of these strategies will depend on whether voters prioritize immediate relief or long-term economic management. So what does this tax showdown mean for everyday Australians? In the short term, most taxpayers will see some relief, whether through Labor's permanent cuts or the coalition's one-off rebate. However, both plans leave many questions unanswered. Will the promised relief be enough to offset the rising cost of living? Can Australia afford these tax cuts in the long run? And perhaps most importantly, do these plans represent a genuine attempt at tax reform, or are they merely short-sighted attempts to win votes? The current tax debate highlights a crucial missing element, a long-term vision for Australia's tax system. Both parties have offered tweaks and adjustments, but neither has articulated a comprehensive plan to address the system's underlying complexities and inequities. As we head to the polls, it's not just about who offers the biggest tax break today, but who has a credible plan to ensure a fairer, more sustainable tax system for all Australians tomorrow.